Hello all, my name is Kristoff van Leven. I work as a project manager in LTS and this is my first video blog. I'm usually behind the camera producing these sorts of things, but today I'm recording my first diary entry for the Driving Disruptive Innovations project, which is all about delivering new pilot presentation of S309 with new innovative production methodologies. Primarily stuff we've trialled in building courses for FutureLearn, and we've seen some great successes there, so we want to try this with real module materials for a pilot cohort of students. The production will pilot in 15J, that's November, and hopefully it's going to be about 20-30 students, so one tutor group, although we're just testing that to see if that's really what we want to do, or maybe we want to make it even bigger. So one of the main project principles is production with a DIY fit-for-purpose attitude. So with that in mind, this sort of video blogging format seems quite appropriate. I'm hoping it's going to try and catch on in our LTS production teams as well as the academic production teams too. So it's the middle of January 2015 now, and my job as a project manager for the DDI project so far has been really fun, full of exciting conversations with lots of exciting people around campus. So to take you back to how the project really kicked off, I'll explain. So in autumn 2014, I was involved in facilitating a workshop which was run by Peter Scott, the director of KMI, with Nick Watson, the director of corporate and learning environments. The workshop started with a tabula rasa exercise, and we asked the academics of the science faculty what they would keep and what they would throw away from our current production processes for producing courses. And the feedback was really interesting, and it showed that we really needed more flexibility in our processes, and we needed to enable a closer and more integrated experience between the teacher and the student. And the second half of that workshop, I demoed some of the work we've been doing with our IET department here on campus with the Open edX platform. And for those of you who don't know or are not familiar with edX, Open edX is the open source version of the popular MOOC tool edX, which is run by MIT and Harvard University. So we now have our own installed instance of the tool on our servers, and we're using it to pilot this S309 course. So far it's proven to be an extremely powerful tool, and we really see it empowering the educators at the moment, helping them develop and build their learning materials. It's allowed the module teams to write an author directly into the platform and render it into a live, neat and coherent environment. And that's something which has been described as changing the way that the academics are actually authoring their content. So whereas before they're writing the structured content, they're writing words, now they're writing words with images and video, and they can point to books, and it's much more integrated with the student experience. So it's already bringing students closer a little bit to the student. So that's how the project really got started. After that workshop, I started meeting regularly with the course chair, Angela Coe, who's been brilliant in gathering lots of support from our faculty and from our authors too. So we've got a team of about 8 authors, and so far I think about 8 guest authors from the faculty too. So a brilliant start. They're all in the platform, they're all throwing content in, and so far we think we've got probably around 12% of the content has already been written in draft format, and about 80% of the content has been planned. And on top of that, they're making really good use of existing learning materials too, which is fantastic. So where are we now? So putting the production of the materials aside, which is going great. We've come a really long way. So one of the other major wins for us recently is rights, core rights. So one of the major concerns of the module team was it was felt that they were so far removed from the rights clearance process that they didn't know the status of the material they requested to use. So we've been really lucky to work closely with Alma Hales on this. Alma is the head of intellectual property here on campus, and her and a great team have enabled us to pilot a new agile method which allows the academics to pick their own assets and materials and be closer to the rights clearance process. So the intention is to enable academics greater control and influence over the assets they want to use, whether it's just an image of the photo library or a YouTube video. They're now able to do a lot of that process themselves, gather the rights information with some basic training. They'll know what to look for before it's even been cleared. So we're all very happy, we're all really excited about trying that out. We're also working really closely with IET, and we're working with them on refining the installation of the edX tool. So that's getting into the guts of the code and working out how to turn on and turn off the features as they're released to the open source community. They're also working on usability and accessibility testing with the faculty, which we hope to start in early spring and see some results from that, which will be really exciting. Excuse me. And we're working with IT. So IT have been developing what they call a level 0 and level 1 architectural review of the platform. So this will assess the feasibility of hosting and supporting edX on campus versus using an existing service, someone like Edcast, which do this thing for lots of educational institutions around the world. So we're really looking forward and hoping we can see some of those results in early February. Last but not least, we've recently met up again with KMI to talk about possible contributions from their pool of expertise. And Peter Scott has kindly agreed to consider a couple of things. So the first is a video booth. This is something Peter showed us in the workshop from another university. So it's a room that's set up with some cameras and some recording equipment, and you can go in there, you can record your lecture, and on demand it gets sent to your email. So the idea is that it enables academics quick and direct access to recording lessons for their students. So that's really exciting. So Peter's also going to have a look at the professional development tools that we could maybe plug into edX. And that may be something to do with LinkedIn, badging, that type of stuff. So that's really exciting, and we'll see where that goes. And the two other pieces that Peter's going to look at or consider is the edX Xblocks functionality, which is the plug-in tools that for students and educators in the platform. He's going to try and get into the guts of that and understand how we can package up our tools to plug directly into edX. And the last piece he's going to look at is the analytics that you get out of edX too. So some really exciting work there, and hopefully we'll know soon whether KMI are able to join us on this project. So that concludes my video blog entry. Sorry, I really felt like I rushed through that really quickly. I guess I'll get better at it as time goes on. And now that I've given you the overall background of the project, my next one will probably be quite a bit shorter. So as usual, if you want to get in contact with me, my contact details should be below this video somewhere. And that's all for now. See you next time.